Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and we're sponsored by the developer Evil Hat Games. Use code BARDROCK10 at checkout to save on your order. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit dragonmastergames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoyed the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, quarterly backer games with the network community, and an annual swag bag. Now, without further ado, let's join Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, as well as myself, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Blades in Paradise, the Blades in the Dark actual play series where capitalism runs so rampant that major NPCs are just named after major brands from the late 20th and early 21st century. I'm Paul, your game master for our dystopian steampunk adventure, and as always, I'm joined by my fellow players.
Oh, hi. I can be trusted to do some ghost busting. Dr. Winston Thoreau, who is playing the Whisper of the group. And the Whisper is the spookiest and the most spirit-affiliated of the crew. A fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau today. When he sat down on the bench outside the orphanage, that's the first time he's been back outside the orphanage in the past 5 years. He has not been able to bring himself to visit or to go back and even see the building where he grew up.
Oh, hello. I guess it's my turn now. Hello, I am Justin. I play Maximilian Graves. I believe he's a lurk, if I remember correctly. He's high on charisma, but kind of low on intelligence. He's a very, 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 very old man, and he gets into a lot of shenanigans. He's a little ball of chaos, but he is looking to fit a saddle on top of Sterling so he can ride Sterling around all over the town. Fun fact about Max Graves is that during the last war, he fought on 3 sides of the battle.
Does he remember which sides those were?
Well, one arm was fighting on one side, the leg that got blown off was on the other side, and the majority of his body was on the right side of history, as we'll put in quotation marks.
Oh, it's like when you go to that spot in the middle of the country where you're in 5 states at once.
Indeed, but he took it very literally. Very conflicted. Physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually.
We've all been there.
Yeah, see, what happened was 3 of his ex-wives were on 3 different sides of this war.
All his exes are in Texas.
No!
Layla specifically lives in the Mount Hood area, so...
Hi, I'm Queenie. I play Lizzie Calhoun. Today's fact is, well, you get to find out my entire life in the next couple of game sessions.
It's like, this is my arc, that's your fact.
Yep.
This is my world, you're all playing in it.
I thought this was my world? I thought this is my world, I'm the game master.
Nope, sorry.
Oh no, the players are taking over the campaign, the prisoners are running the asylum.
Happens a lot.
Thought that's what we've been doing the whole time.
Hi, I'm Riley. I play Sterling, the scoundrel, and so Sterling grew up playing shit like Namdude and Avenue Battlers and Ultra Lad Y and Space Feud, but their favorite game was a contest of puzzle action, freeing robots from evil animals and their nasty pasta contraption.
Nice.
And this explains why you asked me on Discord whether or not there are video games in this world.
Steam-powered video games.
Yeah, you actually have to load 3 wood logs in for 15 minutes. The thing is like inserting a quarter into the arcade machine, but it's an entire slab of wood, and wood is rare now.
So it's like AOL back in the 90s.
The pro version is when you get the hamster wheel and the hamster runs and actually powers it for you.
That's the PS5.
Oh, no, they don't have that in Paradise. That's too sustainable.
Maybe there are other places where they have that.
That's in Tightwad.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tightwad, I was going to introduce this later, has a gym where the only exercise equipment is like stationary bikes so that they can pump additional electric into the town's power grid. Last time, the party wrapped up their downtime, prepared for the next major delivery, but not before some stuff went down. Dozens of green, melted, and incoherent ghosts appeared in the warehouse area, where the power was mysteriously out. Everyone realized Victor Lord was some sort of homunculus and had been in a train accident several months ago. Max realized the volcano around which the city is built is burning hotter than it should be. When our daring smugglers started to put these puzzle pieces together, they were told to drop it by their employer, Benjamin Franks, a disgraced former executive of the Lantern Corporation. The party agreed to leave it be, only clearly with their fingers crossed behind their backs as they discussed their plans to explicitly not leave it be the second Benny was out of earshot. Now, they were riding into the town of Tightwad in their Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, loaded to the brink of food, medical supplies, and other essentials, escorted by the Lord and Taylor gang, Sans Taylor, on horseback. Now, this is where our story resumes. So what do you all think you're doing in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile as you roll up to Tightwad?
I'm holding on for dear life because I'm riding it like a rocket on top.
What's the... Oh, Dr. Lovegood?
I'm riding shotgun with my rifle.
Dr. Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove, yeah, when he's riding the atomic bomb down the bottom.
We need a saddle for the car.
I imagine I'm driving the car very carefully as to not throw Max off the top.
The speed limit's 15, you psycho!
Narrator, there are no speed limits in the wasteland.
Kilometers!
You know, there is room for you
For a
in
second.
here. You can just come down inside and then we can all go faster.
This is for your benefit. I am very gassy today.
I prefer him up there, too.
And Victor, leans over, he's riding on horseback beside you guys, can y'all quit the yelling? It's real distracting.
No.
Fair. I respect you. And only you.
It's just straight no. Straight no.
Haha.
Actually, no, I respect Lizzie too, but the other two not so much.
I don't know what it is, but ever since he spent so much time with Sloppy Joe, he's just had an odor about him. It's very, very disconcerting. I'm gonna have to examine him later.
Are you examining Victor Lord or Max? I don't clarify.
No, Max. Ever since he spent so much time with Sloppy Joe.
Oh, incidentally, you all going through here, you see that Sloppy Joe did pack you all some sandwiches. They are very smelly.
I am not eating that. I don't care how hungry I get. I am not
Wait a
eating
minute. If he's packed sandwiches, is that what we're smelling and not Max?
Lizzie, just give them to the dog.
I ate one of the sandwiches. It's liverwurst and haddock.
I'll have whatever ones are not being eaten so that they don't go bad.
Just give them to the dog. That's why we have a dog.
No.
I'm not giving that stuff to my dog.
That's animal cruelty.
That's the entire reason we brought the dog with us.
That's part of the reason why you brought me.
No, we brought the dog. We brought the dog because he's my dog.
All right. Now, Lizzie, before we get there, is there anything we need to know about Tightwad so we don't do what we normally do and get ourselves into entirely way too much trouble within the first 5 minutes of being there?
Just follow my lead and then you won't have the trouble, and also take all knives away from Max.
You know as well as I do that he hides knives in places where none of us dare travel. That being said,
Hence the smell.
Is there anyone we should be looking for to deliver these supplies to? Is there anyone we should be very afraid of?
We'll go to the farm and see Mom, Pa, to get the supplies to them, because they'll help distribute them.
Your Ma and Pa, or is there like a global Ma and Pa?
My Mom and Pa.
Okay.
William and Catherine.
That sounds absolutely lovely. I would love to meet your parents.
Alright, so you all roll up to Tightwad, and the wasteland of the former American Northwest is mostly barren as you cruise along. Comes as no surprise. You approach the coordinates of the town of Tightwad, as provided by Tightwad native Lizzie, and there are signs of greenery. Where the ground is mostly barren dirt and dry grass in the wasteland, you see signs of lush green about a quarter-mile from the town entrance. As you roll up, the town itself is encircled with recycled chain-link fence with barbed wire lining the top of the fence. Just outside the fence is a deep trench that has been constructed into some sort of moat, feeding from and then routing back to a nearby river. Along the moat at several points, there just touches the fence are water mills that seem to be gathering energy from the water flow. Every 50 yards or so, the fence has a guard tower, about 3 stories high, to serve as a sentry point / sniper nest, presumably to ward off the wasteland's more dangerous wildlife. Each tower also has a visible pair of floodlights pointed toward the outside of the wall to aid in its view during the night, as well as a crude windmill constructed from random junk about 3 stories above the sentry nest, which appear to be powering generators at the base of the towers. There are similar sentry nests atop the water mills. You follow Lord and his gang along the dirt road until you reach the entrance gate. "Hey, you in the hot dog car, what you doing here?" the gate guard says, and Fester just didn't look at "He's with me."
Greetings and salutations, dear friends. We're here to make a delivery of necessary medical supplies and food and Max.
I stick my head out and just like, it's me. We're going to see Mom, Pa.
"Oh, okay, they're at the mayor of town hall, so you want to roll up into there. Good to see you, Lizzie," and they tip your hat at you, and they open the door so you can roll on through.
Lizzie, who was that?
Just a local guard. I don't know all their names.
"My name is Kevin, with a Y."
Is the Y at the front or the back of your name?
If it was at the back of my name, wouldn't that make me Kevin-y?
No, Kevyn. Kevin.
Kevin?
Oh, yes, that is how you spell it, yes.
No, it could also be KYV.
Oh, that'd be Kyvan.
Kevin. I've never heard of Kevin with a Y, that's why I'm asking.
You said at the beginning, so it'd be Ikavin.
No, it's a very common guard name. My family has been town guards for as long as we all can trace back in history, and we've all been named Kevin with a Y instead of an I.
Ah, yes. Every single one of you. For as far back as human memory can... What were we talking about?
I'm actually Kevin the 35th.
That's not too long ago.
Kevin, do you go all the way back to Bard Rock?
Yes, my family goes back to feudal times.
If you don't mind me saying, this is pretty feudal of a conversation, so...
Note to my fellow cast members on Bard Rock Cafe, this is what we call an Easter egg. This is not canon. Just because you're going to yell at me when you hear this, and I want to clarify, it is a joke.
We're keeping it in.
Yes, sir.
Let's have a vote. Is it canon?
Kevin waves you on through.
We're on the network now.
What you see is a rudimentary paved street, but not made of concrete like the before times, or like you'd see in Paradise. Instead, you recognize it's some sort of green thing, like limestone. You're pretty sure limestone is what it's based on the color and texture. The streets form a grid of 4-way intersections carefully laid out to maximize the efficiency of layout for each plot of land, with the residential areas on the town's outer limits near the fences. Of course, calling these residences buildings would be a stretch. What you see appears to be small huts, built partially below ground with tempered glass roofs and exteriors that are apparently made of old tires. That is right, my notes do say old tires. It may seem like a peculiar choice to most of you, but Lizzie would know. These dwellings are an early 21st century design known as earthships, which utilize gathered solar energy to grow indoor crops, regulate indoor temperature, and filter rainwater into clean drinking water. You also see a number of solar panels along the outskirts of each building, presumably providing additional electricity. Each plot of land also has a small fenced-in area where they have a small collection of livestock, mostly egg and dairy-producing animals, penned in.
This town has one talented civil engineer.
I must say, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting 1 to 2 story homes, a little bit of a front yard with some greenery, white picket fence, 2.3 something family, very much the atomic family.
Yeah,
like
those
radiation.
went out years ago, hundreds of years ago.
It's funny that Max mentions that, because you roll by one house that exactly matches that description, with the white picket fence and the 2 stories, and there are in fact 2.5 children. No, I will not clarify.
The mailbox says the Polycule family.
And if you get that reference, you're a nerd.
Lord leads you past the residential portion of the town into the central area, where the organizational structure resides. These are more traditional buildings, where you see to be a town hall, a tavern, a general store, a doctor's office, a large warehouse, and a gymnasium. You also see some artisanal stores like various skilled labor, smithing, etc. You can drop off the supplies here, Lord calls out to all you. signaling for you to drop him in the area next to the general store, the warehouse, and the doctor's offices, where you see the mayor talking to Lizzie's parents. The mayor is a short, slender older man in a straw hat with overalls. Mayor McCheese, at your service. So glad to see Victor got you all here safely. He signals workers to start picking up the cargo. I'm not sure Victor or Lizzie have given you all a proper tour, but either me or Lizzie's parents can show you around downtown area for fit. That's where you're going to stay, I presume. You must be tired after your long drive here.
Yeah, we'll probably go see Mr. Nelson and get a room at the inn.
Oh yes, I already asked Mr. Nelson to siphon off some rooms for your out-of-town friends. Lizzie, are you staying with your parents or are you staying over here with your coworkers?
I'll stay here with the coworkers, because I know Mom and Paul's got a lot of family at the house right now.
Yeah, your mom and pa just nod. They don't want to speak up over the mayor.
I would love to meet the town doctor and learn, maybe do some skill swaps, maybe share some stories and maybe pick his brain about how he's going to plan to distribute these supplies. You see, I just took over the entirety of Paradise and I'm trying to figure out a better way to bring medicine to the people.
Well, why I live and breathe. Is that the good Dr. Winston Thoreau? And you look and you see a young, lithe woman with blonde hair and a lab coat and protective goggles. And she just dashes on over and she does a little curtsy for all of you. And she says, Dijonais French, apothecary and engineer, at your service.
Dijonais, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been?
Well, after our mutual acquaintance, famous Nathan, blacklisted me so I couldn't get a job in Paradise, I moved out here to help the good people of Tightwad. And it doesn't pay as well as working with him and Mr. Hines did, but I have my independence, and that is something.
I'll tell you, he has been an absolute bear to deal with since the day you left. You were the only one who could ever keep him in check, and now he's just running roughshod over the entire city.
And all that boy ever does, everything he does, good or bad, is just because he wants to get his parents' approval. Mr. and Mrs. Fields, they just always hold everyone to the highest standard.
Ugh, Cookie Fields. Don't get me started on that woman.
Excuse me, is there a local watering hole riding on top of this very large phallic symbol as fast as possible through a desert? It's a little parching, shall we say. What do you say, Sterling? Shall we find somewhere to drink?
The old Toby Bar, which is the inn also, is where you want Max. Make sure you be nice to the proprietor. Nelson Willie.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Max, do you happen to get down from the top of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile since you were within short walking distance of the tavern?
My elderly, wrinkled butt cheeks are gripping that thing.
Why aren't you wearing pants up there?
That's for me to know and you to never find out.
Dijonais adjusts a little viewfinder on her goggles, like they have a little binocular mode. She looks up like, I say, Dr. Thoreau, is your friend a cyborg?
He's
got a metal hand.
He is not quite a cyborg. He is, what we like to call over in Paradise, special.
Ah.
And also watch out for that metal hand. It's got knives.
No, he's very dangerous.
I am deadly.
Oh, it's a Swiss knifey hand. I've heard of those. That is some fine engineer technology.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry. Mayor McCheese, it's been a minute since I've been around here. Is Officer Big Mac still around?
Or is he dealing with the troublesome Fry guys?
Any issues with the Hamburglar lately?
No, the Hamburglar, he's wanted in Paradise, but he is an upstanding citizen here. He's one of our finest burglars for burgling stuff from the rich folk in the big cities.
I heard Captain Crook settled here a while back. Is she still around?
Yeah, I'm level with you. The last two references you made went over my head, so kudos.
We did it.
I do not know.
You
got there. Good job, dude.
These are 70s and 80s McDonald's references, buddy.
Nice.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I didn't know where those were coming from.
Oh wait, actually, I got Big Mac. I'm not an idiot. I thought there was another one in there somewhere.
No, the
Big Mac's my
Hamburglar.
son. Yeah, the Hamburglar I got, it was... the Fry Guys are the one. The Fry Guys and...
The little, like, puffball guys that used to, like, run around, they just had, like, stripy legs.
That was not ringing a bell. It's fine.
Oh, does everyone see that over there?
We're old!
We're old.
We've now decided that all the NPCs in Tightwad are going to be named after fast food mascots. That has been decided.
Fantastic.
You got my friend Birdie.
Yeah, Mac's around. He's just doing his rounds. He knows that you all are under Mr. Lord's custody. No one challenges Mr. Lord. Mr. Lord is borderline unkillable.
And what of the grimace?
Custody.
Well, custody's maybe not the right word. You're under his supervision. He is responsible for anything you all do. And what that means...
Oh, excellent.
What that means, if you do anything wrong, he's responsible for killing you.
Oh, trust me. Lord won't have a chance to kill Max if he does something wrong. I will.
Oh, Lizzie, you are a darling.
Excellent. Sterling, a drink?
Sure. I'll be right there to take care of him if he does any bullshit.
Oh, you are a big strapping shit. You're almost as big as Mr. Lord. That's Dijonay. Like, she actually, like, comes up to you, Sterling, and she starts, like, looking at your, like, she starts, like, bending over and, like, taking a look at your, like, thighs and your feet, like, you know, Victor, would you say this gentleman here is about your foot size? He's like, I don't know.
Shuffling back.
She actually pulls out, like, a measuring tape and, like, do you mind, can you just lift one foot up for me, sir? Is it sir? Is that the right pronoun? Should I?
No. And...
No, okay.
Don't do that. What are you doing?
I have a full book of his measurements if you'd like them. I can just give them. I have everybody's if you'd like them.
We'll talk about that.
Well, that's creepy.
They just established they use the they pronoun, Mr. Thoreau. Anyway, I have a pair of special boots I was making for Mr. Lord, and it so happens I made a second pair because I need a prototype pair. His pair's not quite ready yet, but I do need to do something with the prototype if you want to try them out.
Oh, I thought you were trying to size my friend up for spare parts. You see, who's recently come to our attention about Mr. Lord.
Max. Yes.
This is a private discussion for a later time.
This is the wrong setting.
Oh.
Yeah, there's too many folks.
How did you get my measurements by chance? I don't remember giving you those.
I did that in your sleep.
Oh, that explains the dream.
See, I, the game master, just assumed that because he now supplies the hospital, he lifted them off Dr. Nick.
I have access to the files now.
Yeah, but I like mine better.
I need you to roll to resist a consequence as when you were reading Max's file, you definitely found out his penis size.
Oh, no.
That's why it looks like I have 2 legs.
Oh, that's the wrong side. That was a 1, actually.
No, I was joking. I'm not making you take 5.
No, I was being facetious. I didn't actually read that.
I was also making you do that roll as a joke. It's fine. Anyway, she pulls out these big bronze boots and like holds them out to you, Sterling. It's like, I call these grind boots. They do a lot more than grind, but I couldn't come up with a better name. You want to give them a try on, Mister? I'm sorry, I don't know a prefix name that avoids he or she pronouns. My apologies.
Mix, but you could just Sterling is fine. And yes, please, nice boots.
Oh, Sterling. Now that I have your name, yes. So she hands them to you. She's like, okay, so basically you can do a couple of things. So if you tap the heels together, little like skater, like little ice skatey grindy things will pop out there. Great if you need to like have like a section of rail and you just want to do some Tony Hawk bullshit. And if you tap the toes together, they have this neat little thing. You can only do it for about a minute. It has a rocket booster on it. That needs to be recharged overnight though. So once you use it, it does need fuel.
Fuck yeah!
You just gave them a pair of soaps.
I got front soaps. I hug her.
Oh, I didn't even tell you the last feature. There's this thing that was popular in the 90s and the early 2000s of the 20th and 21st century called a Heeley. It also has a roller skate function.
I knew he was going there.
So it is ice skates, grind boots, roller skates, and rocket boots.
Go, Sterling, go! Go, Sterling, go!
Yeah, so consider this an advance payment on the business. So I actually suspect, because I just heard Mr. Thoreau saying he has the hospital contract from Mr. Famous Nathan. for Paradise, it sounds like you need a employee, so call this my, call that part of my application fee.
Dijonay, I was planning on talking to you about that later. I have the greatest opportunity for you to service not only Paradise, but also Tightwad, with top-grade medical supplies. Why don't we go talk about it back at your clinic?
Fantastic. And she walks off with the good doctor. And the Mayor Cheese and Lizzie's parents just kind of stand there like, Lizzie, is this what your friends are always like? That's your ma.
Yeah, Ma, it is. Welcome to my crazy life now.
Oh, hello, Catherine.
Do I know you?
Oh, once upon a time, maybe, in a former life, where we were young, star-struck lovers, under the full moon, our bodies glistening.
Can I hit him?
You can see her, like, counting at her fingers. She's like, I think I'm about 2 whole centuries younger than you, sir.
That's what you said a long time ago. I still have a ember burning in my heart from our lusty endeavors.
I seriously want to hit Max. Can I hit Max?
You certainly can. What, are you just melee striking him? Roll skirmish.
Oh, of course. That's a 2.
As she goes to swing, I just spin around with my hands clamped over my heart, going, those halcyon days when our hot bodies were melding together like silly putty, and in a summer heat wave, and oh, the things you did to
Riley,
me that
take
no one
him to
else
see
has ever
Nelson.
done.
I pick him up by the scruff of his shirt and
Catherine looks very concerned and leans over to Lizzie like, he just very, very vividly describes some things in your great-grandma's diary.
Oh, man!
I think he fucked my grandma.
You're welcome!
Let's just hope that he didn't produce any heirs. Otherwise, God help me. I don't want him for her grandfather.
I'm gonna go talk to Miss French about organizing the DNA test.
Yeah, I guess so.
For the sake of expediency, audience, Max did not produce any heirs.
yeah, draw it out for the season. Come on.
Sure, go ahead.
Not 20. On a 6-sided die.
Queen and Justin roll opposed. If Queen wins, you did not produce any heirs in her family line.
Oh, I know I didn't produce any heirs whatsoever.
Okay, cool.
That's why, kids, you always use protection. The more you know.
No, when he lost his leg, it was rather high up when he lost his leg.
Oh, fair.
Oh, he lost his other leg, that's the problem.
What's left does look like a black licorice Twizzler.
Jesus Christ.
You had the freedom to say anything you wanted just there.
Black licorice Twizzler. The energy today is just off the charts.
I'm curious why in Great-Grandma's diary she wrote the phrase fun size so much.
Because any size is fun if you make it that way.
More likely, because Great Grandma and I had minds alike. You were teeny tiny.
Why are you reading it? I don't care. Why are we here? Let's go.
It is a historical document. When people's loved ones passed away, they'd often read through their personal belongings to try and feel closer to them. That's not weird.
Not at all. It's actually a full-size Twizzler. It's just folded a few times.
Oh my god, he's a Twizzler's pull and peel.
That was cured.
It is normal to read through them. It's not normal to publish them.
Onward to alcohol.
She didn't say it was published. She just said she read it in the diary.
Now Sterling has to drink.
Yeah, she didn't publish it.
But shared it with us. Some strangers.
Yeah.
No, she was whispering it to her daughter, actually.
Oh, whoops. We're just really rude. Whoops.
Yeah, you're all just riffing off of the stuff I'm saying in confidence to my daughter.
Oh, I assume this was all in character.
No, it isn't character.
Speaking of ripping, there was one night.
The good doctor has gone to the apothecary. Sterling and Max, the iconic duo, are going to the tavern where they definitely won't get in trouble. What is Lizzie doing before I start divvying up what you all end up actually doing as you separate?
I'm going to the bakery to see my sister and get some donuts.
Cool. Tell you what, one person from each group roll a d6 to see what order we do this in, because I don't know.
1.
Go for it.
And we'll go high roll so the doctor is 10.
That was also a 1, so it should be roll again. Or...
All 3 of us got ones.
What? We're all on video and we're bonding and we all rolled 1s?
I love
One
good
again.
team bondage.
What the fuck?
So the iconic duo is definitely last.
1.
1. Come on, Queen, don't roll a 1.
I got a 4.
There we go, Queen's first. Alright, so you roll up and you see a building with a little sign that says icing on the cake. And you go in there and there's this woman. Why don't you describe what Claire Calhoun looks like for us, Queen?
Claire Calhoun looks to be close to 6 foot, bigger boned like a linebacker, and has brunette hair, and very much has more the German look coming out in her. Yes, I'm not going to lie because my sisters will listen to this podcast. Heather, that's your description.
I apologize to you. I don't have one German accent. Welcome to the Icing at the Cake Bakery. How can I help you? Oh, Lizzie!
Hey sis, what you up to?
I was just making the donuts.
Well, I was wanting to see about getting some for me and the guys. We came in with Victor Lord with medical supplies and other stuff to drop off.
Oh, sure. Well, let me get you some favorites. I got some headlights and some Boston cream. I got basic glazed. She continues listing donuts pretty much in perpetuity.
Give me some Boston creams and some Long Johns.
Some Long Johns and some cream pies. You got it.
And I go ahead and I get them and take them back to the inn hotel to share with the guys.
And the whole time, your mom... Actually, as you turn around, you see a woman in a white Stetson with gauze around her neck. Hello there, Lizzie. She's a little raspier than I can do.
Hi, Swift. Sorry about that. I am trying to make up for it.
I appreciate that, and I stopped and talked to Victor for a minute on the way here. He seems to think you all are making a good effort. Where can I find that gentleman who then stabbed me in the neck?
My stabby sense is going off, Sterling.
Why don't you follow me and I'll take you to him because I was heading there with these donuts for them. And you can stab him in return. I will stand back and let you.
It's okay, I got this. Which of these donuts is for him?
Let's give him a Long John.
Okay. She licks the Long John.
Even Steven.
I trade you 1 slit throat. You get in return 1 licked donut.
She actually licked, there was like a strip of whipped cream on top of the chocolate glaze. She licked that all off. So now it's a slightly less exciting Long John.
Aww.
I've never
It
heard of
looks
a
like
Long
a
John.
skunk.
The saddest Long John.
It's literally just one of those donuts that's like tube-shaped.
You mean a cruller?
Almost like a rectangle. And usually people will put cream in them, almost like an eclair, only it's donut material.
Okay.
Oh, she also gently squeezes and removes all the cream from the inside. Like, does he have any food allergies, perchance?
Not that I know of, unfortunately. And considering his age, probably not.
Oh, for history.
Yeah, go ahead and roll survey.
Survey. Hey, that's a 6.
All right, does Max have any allergies, food or otherwise, that Lizzie should know about?
Yes, he is very allergic. Not deathly, but very allergic to anchovies.
Ooh.
That sounds fishy to me.
I let Swift know about it.
Hey, Claire, you have any fish back there, perchance? Oh yeah, I actually have these anchovy pizza from the pizza parlor I was going to have for my lunch, conveniently, because Lizzie rolled a 6. She just shoves an anchovy inside the donuts. To be fair, have you seen Max? You might not notice. Alright, so you make your way towards the tavern. You know, the good doctor is next, and Deshanae's like, why do I feel like someone's about to have a medical emergency?
I don't know, but something feels weird. Like, right? Like, you get, like, the sense, like, something bad is going to happen.
Feels a little fishy, honestly.
Yeah, like, I feel like I shouldn't have left them alone. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like someone's about to make a very bad decision.
Anyway, if you had me sold at you want to stick it to Famous Nathan, I'm on board. But I do need something from you to make these medical supplies.
All right, here's the problem. Okay, so we have the contract, we have the ability to get all of the supplies into the hospital. The problem is I don't know how to make half the stuff. Like, some of it I can, but some of it I don't know how. And so you're the smartest person I know.
I appreciate the flattery, but we go way back. I know you're just buttering me up. No, that's fine. I know all the formulas. I can improve on Famous Nathan formulas because he waters down his tonics. That is his secret.
Famous Nathan is supplying grain alcohol to the hospital. He's not even supplying them with, like, the proper tonics and the proper tinctures and the proper medications and...
Hun, you do know alcohol is a natural disinfectant.
I understand that, but not when you drink it.
It's complicated. There's actually... Anyway. Yeah, neither here nor there. It also dulls the pain, so it makes sense. The thing is, he does not have a complex series of medical tonics. They do work, but he largely waters down the product. A little bit of alcohol.
I would like to get some kind of antibiotics into the system. I would like to get some kind of vaccines into the system. I would like to get some kind of proper treatment to the people who need it. And you're the person who can help me.
Oh, I can absolutely do that for you.
Thank you.
So I have most of the supplies I need, but if you want First of all, I have a lab here. I can make those things. I'm going to need some things from you. Mostly I need some medicinal herbs and some fungi that I can use to create the penicillin. There is a great grove out by Silver Lake, just about an hour's drive by your hot dog car out east of here.
Silver Lake, that's where the train crash happened?
Yes, it is. That was about, I'd say, 7 months ago.
We were planning on heading that way anyway. While we're talking about Silver Lake, do you know what happened to Victor?
I know he was out doing a heist on the train about 7 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. My memory's a little fuzzy on the dates. But...
What he said, he was in the train crash out at Silver Lake, and then the next thing he remembered, he woke up back in Tightwad.
But basically, as far as we knew, he was in some sort of accident when he got off the train. The rest of the gang made it, he didn't. He stayed on last to make sure they all got off.
So, I was over in Salvation, and I did what I do, and I had a conversation with a few of the locals, and they asked me to look into their relatives who passed away in a train crash at Silver Lake. I think Victor died in that train crash.
That sounds about right. He doesn't have what you would call a pulse or other things like I mean, he has it, but it's very faint. It's almost like his body is ticking at a 1% speed, but he's perfectly fine.
Do you know how this happened?
I don't, because when he came back from the train crash, some folks rode up here on horseback and just kind of dumped his body here.
How long was he gone for?
About a week. We thought he was dead.
So the train crash happened, he disappeared for a week, and then he was dumped. Do you know who dumped him back here?
2 riders in dark cloaks. I didn't get a good look at them. We only saw them ride off. We're like, what did they want? And then we came to the front gate and Victor was there. Just covered in stitches and scars and otherwise good as new, besides 3 times bigger than he was when he left.
Wait. He's bigger? You said he was the same... So if Sterling is the same size as Victor, and Victor was... How big was Victor when he left?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I see your confusion. Sterling's about the same size Victor was originally, which is why I had to use the prototypes. I had to build new ones.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my bad on the syntax.
Oh.
Yeah, Victor's a big boy now.
Oh.
It looks like whoever did that to him, they used his body as a frame. Like there's little things that are the same, but it looks like they pieced something together. It is both gruesome and yet medically eloquent. I'm not sure how to describe it.
And how about his mind, his spirit? Are they still intact?
He seems to have all of his distant memories from before the accident. He's a complete blank on the 3-month period before it.
So I need to go out to Silver Lake. I need to find you the... give me a list of all the herbs and the fungi that you need. I will make sure that we get those back for you. And then I need to have some conversations while I'm out there.
I don't know what happened. I imagine that whoever fixed him up can't be more than a click or 2 away from Silver Lake.
I'll find out what happens.
So good luck to you on that. And she scribbles down her notepad. She starts making a list, and she just tears off a sheet of paper and says, "Here you go. Here's the list."
You never had the chance to tell me. What did Nathan do to you anyway? You just disappeared like a week later.
It's complicated. Basically, I developed the acceptable version of their formulas, and once he and Mr. Hines figured out how much they could water them down, they still worked. That's the thing. They water it down with both water and grain alcohol. You know, like there's still antibiotics and vaccines and stuff. They just made it all drinkable, which is reprehensible because it's not as efficient when you drink it.
Do you have any kind of proof?
If I had proof, do you think... Well, first of all, no one would listen. I tried. The thing is, you probably didn't hear about the fire that happened at my apartment and Paradise before I left.
I did not.
I lost most of my worldly possessions, including the dirt I had on Famous Nathan and the Famous family. I am sure that fire was not a coincidence.
I do not believe so. I believe he said that. One last question for you. Have you ever seen a spirit that was green and melted and dripping?
I have not. I am not a spiritual tuned person. That is more your and Nathan's department than mine.
I understand. It's more of a... I'm not asking if you understand what it means. I'm asking if you've ever witnessed an event similar to the one that I witnessed the other day, where there was an electrical outage and all of a sudden spirits that were appeared to be melting just emerged from the walls and emerged from the streets and just were causing havoc all throughout town.
It sounds like you need to talk to somebody who's more of a spiritual expert than even yourself, Doctor.
You have any advice? Anyone in town?
In town, no. Let me think for a minute, as Paul literally tries to think of his list of brands.
Maybe out someone who maybe works with the Hot Topic. They owe me a favor.
No, you don't want Hot Topic. No, you need a more spiritual person. The Hot Topic people, they are more of the garbage punk kind of folks. They build things. They don't deal in the paranormal sciences. You need a paranormal specialist. You need somebody who is going to be with a group of spirituals. I'm trying to think here. I believe the person you're looking for is by the name of J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney sounds like the exact department I need to go to.
Yeah, J.C. Penney, he lives out east a little bit, and he lives with another one of the Outlander factions. They are called we are the Homesteaders, and of course you met Hot Topic.
Are they in the abandoned mall?
Oh yes, they are based at. They do have they turned an abandoned mall into a warehouse some time ago, but their faction is called the Amish.
All right, well,
they deal mostly in furniture and shoemaking.
Dejanay, it was great to catch up with you, and before I leave, we're gonna need to talk again. But I need to go find my friends before something bad happens.
And jump cut. Sterling and Max, you walk into the Old Toby bar, and you see... go ahead, Queen, describe the scene for them. This is your town. Tell them what they see as they walk into the Old Toby bar.
You walk in and you see an old country bar with bar stools, wooden tables, wood everywhere, cowboy hats, beer signs everywhere, and an old man with this long white ponytail standing behind the bar and seems to have a joint in his hand.
A doobie, not a finger.
And he's like, "Hi, I'm Nelson Willie."
Is it a leg joint, an arm joint, hip joint?
A weed joint.
I'll take over for Nelson Willie now. I'm sorry, feller. This is what we call a joint. Might be the term you're familiar with. Back in my day, we called it a doobie.
A doobie stinky is what I was going to say.
Says the person who smells like a fish sandwich.
Yes,
We don't allow outside food in here, fella. Can you take that back outside and possibly kill it?
Oh, you don't want it to come outside. It's inside me right now. You don't want it to come out. It's a halibut and herring sandwich with some Limburger cheese. It was quite filling, actually. And,
I see what you mean, sir. Here's the bathroom key.
Oh, thank you. Sterling, be a dear and get us a couple of drinks and maybe a couple of marks. I mean, drinking companions, would you?
What do you drink?
I don't actually think I do drink anything, but whatever I can hold in my hand and look like a normal average Joe.
Sir, you look like you'd enjoy a cup of Keystone Light. And he looks at Sterling like the weakest beer on the menu. It is our specialty drink. No, it's not. And it is at a reasonable price of, and he quotes you twice what the menu physically says that Sterling is looking at.
I will happily pay it. I will stab him.
I will gladly pay you the posted price that's listed right there behind you for a dark ale. 2, I mean.
Oh, that's fine. I was just fucking with your friend to see if he. It's fun to mess with out-of-towners. You understand.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm just joking with you. I know you're here with Lizzie. I'm gonna treat you right. Don't you worry. And he pours you each a drink, and he you all look like city folks. You probably enjoy those city sporting events. Let me put on the city sports channel. They just barely make it out here on broadcast. But he turns on the TV on the tavern, just a little box TV with a little bunny ear antenna, and you see a sports broadcast. Welcome back to the Animal Trainer Fighting League. I'm Discount Bob, your announcer this evening. We have quite a matchup ahead of us as the undefeated champion, Ray Moore Flanagan, faces off with up-and-coming challenger, Ethan Allen. Flanagan and his Taseroo might have more than 10 years experience over the challenger. Ethan Allen has something Flanagan doesn't, a bear fueled by anabolic steroids and cocaine. Let's go to ringside. And you watch as what appears to be a 40-year-old man dressed in the garb of a 10-year-old boy turn his baseball cap backwards, unlatch a cage. Taseroo, I choose you! What can only be described as a kangaroo with taser strapped to each wrist, hops over the ropes of the boxing ring and starts pumping its fist excitedly for the match. You might be undefeated, Flanagan. You're gonna meet your end today, says a young boy no older than 19 with a blue shirt and messy brown hair. Sugar Bear, go! And he lets a giant grizzly bear with white powder smeared all over its snout climb into the ring and roar. The camera zooms in on a feral rage in its eyes. The bell rings, and the two animals charge at one another. The massive bear swings its meaty paw down at the kangaroo. The kangaroo nimbly dodges before delivering a taser-powered uppercut to the bear's jaw.
Ow.
Invisible bolts of electricity sparking from the point of contact. Oh no, folks! Sugar Bear might have raw power and durability on its side. But Taseroo just keeps floating like a butterfly and stinging like a fucking taser. Taseroo! The kangaroo bounces off the top rope, rushing under another swing from Sugar Bear and delivering a right hook across the snout for another shock. Sugar Bear isn't looking good, folks. Another taser punch and it might be all over. And at that point, Taseroo simply just nimbly hops up on the turnbuckle, does a leaping drop kick at Sugar Bear, and plants both enormous kangaroo flat feet across the bear's chest, knocking it prone on the ground. The referee starts to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the transmission cuts away. We interrupt this broadcast of the ATFL to bring you this breaking news bulletin. The black box from the crashed subway delivery dirigible has been recovered by Amazing Grace and her partner, William Sonoma. The box has been presented to local authorities for footage review. More information about the nature of the crash is expected by morning. We'll let you know when more information is available. We now return to your regularly scheduled Bloodsport. Transmission then returns and you see Taseroo has been declared victorious, Sugar Bear unconscious on the ground, and then it goes to commercial. This is where we're going to insert the mid-roll for an ad from our sponsors.
Do you like strapping things to animals and watching them fight? I know I do. In the arms of an angel.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene. I figured, I'd park here on the
crime scene.
Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts. you guys watch that transmission, and at that point, the drinks have been served, and the tavern owner also gives you each a burger on the house. Yeah, this isn't made of halibut and other things meant to kill a man by smell alone.
It's made of taseroo.
Oh, well.
Oh, no,
Thank you.
that would be sacrilegious. Taseroo is a sacred thing, little man that just walked through here at that exact moment. Now, we do not eat kangaroo meat here. This isn't Australia. Kangaroos are sacred.
This is Lord Dickens.
Well, obviously this isn't Australia. That's sunk under the ocean years ago. I was there.
Exactly.
And no, Sterling, I did not cause this one.
Howdy.
Oh, yes. A question, is there somewhere that my strapping friend and I might be able to procure some, shall we say, betting endeavors, or cards, or anything to make a few extra coin?
I mean, coin's a lot of money around here. Mechanically, that's a whole other kind of currency. Yeah, no, we can definitely find some money for you fellers. There's he's like points to see that group over there. They are the card players. Their leader there, Mr. Keith Toby. I think Keith Toby's not taken. Let me double check that. Is Keith Toby on this list? Keith Toby is not on this list.
No, other than the old Toby bar.
He was the owner of this bar before I won it from him in a game of cards.
Oh, excellent. Sterling, do you have any?
Besides me, he is the best card player in town.
I have a card game I'd like to maybe make some bets on. Sterling, do you have any gloves on you?
2. Hold up my fist.
Would you mind if I borrow one?
4.
I don't think Sterling's fist comes off like yours does.
Oh, just gloves. I'm sorry. Miscommunication. I mean, I could skin your hand and slip it on over mine if you'd like. We can always be holding hands.
It's a good thing we already have content warning for graphic descriptions.
We have a max warning.
That was minor, sir.
He's gonna be the leader of season 2.
Max can pierce the fourth wall to the game master's table. I see it now. Max is just old man Deadpool. It's confirmed.
Correct. Gentlemen, I hear that you are some of the best card players this side of nowhere. Is that correct?
Don't you bring nowhere into here. We're better than that two-pondong town.
Well, I mean, there was a fellow by the name of Courage, that cowardly dog. He taught me a really interesting game that you play with cards. Would you be interested in a wager?
Explain to me this game first. I don't bet on games I don't know how to play.
Well, you see, my friend Sterling here, mammoth of a friend, and I mean that in the most endearing way. As you flex your muscles, and you can hear a couple of seams just pop.
Man, you are almost 1/3 the size of Victor Lord. That's impressive.
Sterling, this is a little game that an old friend of mine taught me. Stick out your hand, please. This is a new deck of cards. I say as I reach for their deck of cards.
I mean, nothing around here is new. That's from the before times. That deck of cards might be older than I am, sir.
Well, I mean, newish. They're new to me. I've never seen them before.
Oh, yes, by that relatively stringent definition, I suppose they are new.
All right. Now, this is a game of trust. It's called Deck Stabber.
I put my hand down.
Just trust me, boy. Trust me.
I know this one. This is where they have to close their eyes and fall backwards, and you catch them, right?
No. You put it in your friend's hand, and then you stab the deck as deeply as you want to get as many cards on the blade as possible without puncturing your friend.
Oh, you need a partner for this game. Okay.
Yes.
Let me just call my drinking buddy. Hey, Victor! Victor Lord marches up. What do you need, Toby? Apparently, I need to stab you. Is that okay? That's fine.
Oh, no. See, the smallest of the members has to be the stabbee. The largest has to stab.
Why were you going to stab your friend then? Your friend is much larger than you are.
Yeah.
Seems like you changed the rules
Well, I was
based on
just showing.
circumstances.
I'm just showing you how to play. Here.
I know how to stab.
Excellent. If I may, and I put the cards in my hand.
Okay, I pull out one of my knives.
Sir, I could tell that hand is made of bronze. That doesn't seem fair.
Oh, I never said anything about which hand it had to be, now did I?
Oh, okay. Willie, can I borrow the glove from that suit of armor you decoratively keep in the corner?
World building.
It's like the GM can also cheat at this arbitrary card game.
Just then, a drunk man stumbles into the suit of armor and knocks it over, sending the gloves filing back behind the jukebox.
And at this point, Lizzie and Taylor show up with the donuts, by the way.
Max, what are you doing? Stab people in my town?
Excuse me. I'm just trying to build a little trust in your town and to do a little, No, Sterling was going to stab me.
Not from him.
Well, yeah, Lizzie, according to your friend here, this is friendly stabbing.
We're playing a game.
Yes.
He says Victor can't be my stabbing partner unless Victor does the stabbing, though.
Oh, I didn't say he couldn't. I said Victor would have to be the one to stab.
Max, you want a long john?
Oh, as in the garments to keep me warm at night when my old bones are shivering because you won't let me into the house?
No, as in the donut.
Oh, yes, I will happily take a long john. Why is there no chocolate on this long john?
The chocolate is there. The stream of whipped cream on the top is what's missing. The chocolate's still
There's
there.
none on any of them.
Well, it looks absolutely divine. It's glistening. The others aren't glistening.
Oh, that's because we had this one made special for you, hon.
This one was a fresh one.
Oh, very good. Smells good.
He just almost unhinges his jaw as he just slides the long john. All 8 inches of it just down without even chewing.
A machine.
Yeah, that tracks. He is both Deadpool and Bugs Bunny. We are in danger.
Holy shit.
It's like in a cartoon where it goes down the throat. You can see it like jet out the sides of his neck.
Sideways.
It's all that extra old man skin on the neck. Oh, that was tasty. It was almost lubricated in a way. It went down so nicely.
Tell you what, you say you're a betting man? How about we have an eating contest, Toby says to y'all. Let's see who can put away more donuts, old man, you or me.
Fantastic.
Man, that means I'm gonna have to call Claire to have her bring over more, Toby.
Taylor's like, oh, don't worry, Toby asked me to pick up some donuts on my way here. And she pulls out 2 boxes of donuts and hands a box of Long Johns to Max and a box of Boston creams to Toby. And those Long Johns, go ahead and roll studied, Lizzie.
Okay.
I'll give you a bonus dice.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there a particular time or a role that I might need to do to...
I got a 5.
With a 5, you are absolutely sure that Taylor booby-trapped all those Long Johns with anchovies. But she left the cream in to cover up the taste so Max won't get wise to it. She just inserted a anchovy inside of the cream filling on the inside for all these ones for the contest.
No cream filling could cover the taste of an anchovy.
Except for maybe Max. Have you seen how senile this man is?
Does he remember that he's allergic, though?
That's a question. Also, Max thought he was going to do the I have a mark in the audience thing to Toby, and Toby did it to him.
Let's see.
This is all part of an elaborate scheme Swift Taylor had to get revenge on you, is to gently food poison you in a donut eating contest.
So, shall we begin? Are there any rules? Is there a time limit? What are we looking at?
There is a time limit. We each have a baker's dozen here in front of us. Whoever gets either gets through all their donuts first or gets through the most donuts in 2 minutes is gonna be the winner.
Oh, 2 minutes. That's a lifetime. Oh, let me prepare, if you don't mind. I still have the key to your restroom, correct?
Yes, you do. You have a key to the restroom, and everyone's encouraging you to because you've been unwittingly gently passing SBD gas this whole time, and it is just
It's
stinking.
my propulsion system. It keeps me going forward. Very well.
We just lost Sterling.
No! Darling, come back.
I couldn't tell if you jumped out of that because the description of Max going to the bathroom and farting was getting to be too much, or if you just crashed.
Little at column A, little at column B.
So yeah, Max goes to make room, as it were.
Swift leads over to Liz like, if from what you told me, it sounds like this will just make him right upset in the stomach and won't kill him, so... Yeah, fair is fair. He did stab me in the neck. We can agree to that?
Yes, totally.
Okay, cool. And she just saddles up to Sterling like, my feller, I didn't get a chance to comment this last time when you were tackling me. You are a mighty fine-looking person. Can I touch your bicep? You will look almost as strong as my good friend Victor.
No, you cannot. Why do people keep saying that? I could beat him in a fight.
Victor's like, hey, you want to arm wrestle while we're waiting for your friend to get out of the shitter?
Yes. Hell yes. I'd sit down and...
It's coming out like it went in!
Alright, it's up to you. If you run a roll with your dominant arm, it'll be at neutral. If you roll with your not dominant arm, you'll have -1 dice.
Whatever you want. Sterling's left-handed.
Okay, I'm not a southpaw, but I'll do the southpaw one. He holds up his big, meaty left hand for you.
We'll do one of each. Deal?
You want me to roll a dice, or you want? I was just gonna have you roll like a regular skirmish check, but I can pull out. I
can roll skirmish if you want. I was just suggesting we do one each so that we each have like a turn with an advantage.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do, and then 2 out of 3 we will alternate back to left. I'm gonna roll 2 d6. 2d6 is what you have, right?
Yes, for my dominant hand.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 1d6 because I'm using my not dominant hand. I have a number. Let me know what your number is.
3.
Victor,
Can I
roll a 5.
push? Can I use stress and push?
Yes, you can. You're supposed to do that before you know the result, but I will.
I'm sorry. It's important.
Because this roll is actually not consequential, that's why I don't mind.
That's a 2. Serves me right. Fuck.
Victor can see that he can slam your arm down, and he's kind of like strange looking like, I have more respect for you than that. He kind of makes it look like you have him on the ropes, and then he slams you down after like a solid 30 seconds.
Don't pull that shit. Let's go again. I put on my right hand.
Alright, I'm going to have Victor roll 2d6. Victor rolled an actual 6.
I rolled a 4.
Victor sees that he can slam you down even easier this time. He actually lets you win. So it looks like you guys are evenly matched.
I flipped the table. Don't fucking let me win.
Oh, they're gonna wrestle.
See, I thought that would actually... I thought letting you win would be exactly worse than embarrassing you by winning.
You're really good at pushing
It's
Sterling's
like, hey.
buttons. It's like, honestly, it's a fucking stand-up job. Fucking A.
Listen, you seem like a mighty fine, strong person. I recently found out I have supernatural advantages, which made that contest not particularly fair. Because I don't think you guys talked in detail about the fact that Victor Lord is a Frankenstein. I think you kind of got homunculus, and I think no one explained to you what the fuck that meant.
Let's do a race.
Oh, race. How far are we running? Because endurance-wise, I could probably outlast you, but speed-wise, I think you got me beat, because I am a big, hulky guy.
Okay.
Can I come up and, like, tap Sterling on the shoulder and be like, you're not gonna win, dear.
Not with that attitude.
And I want to try and pull him aside and tell him exactly what Victor Lord is, that he's literally an undead Frankenstein.
Gotta be some kind of fair contest I can come up with.
How are you at marksmanship? Like, Victor has a gun, that he doesn't have any supernatural gun skills.
About that time, the bathroom door slams open and out comes Max.
If you want a true test of virility, I challenge you both to go into here, this room that I am exiting, and stay in there for 2 whole minutes.
No one can.
Victor, not understanding that the challenge wasn't to him, goes inside and sits down, because Victor is immune to poison.
Quick, while he's in there.
Light up a Zippo and
Burn
throw
the
it.
place.
No, I'm not doing that.
Victor's your friend now, mostly.
Yeah, he even let you win.
That's not what a friend does.
Yeah, just be sure to rub that rubbing alcohol into that open wound nice and tight with some salt.
I'm just
Lizzie.
simmering.
Yep.
While you're at it, why don't you give me a paper cut and pour some lemon juice?
Yeah, the good doctor shows up as the donut eating contest starts. We're also going to roll opposed, Max. This is going to be a... what the fuck are the stats in this game again? I need to remember them. Call it a finesse roll, I guess. Or maybe wreck.
Is this also skirmish?
Yeah, sure, we'll roll a skirmish roll.
I was gonna say finesse to keep it in.
It feels like wreck because you're wrecking a plate of donuts, honestly.
What's happening here exactly?
I pull the doctor aside and tell him that Swift is getting her revenge on Max, and tell him exactly what's going on.
Okay, better than expected.
Alright, so what am I rolling again?
Keeping it down is going to be a separate roll. This is to determine whether or not you eat the donuts faster than Toby.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Toby rolled a 4. You get the donuts down faster? Now go ahead and roll to resist consequences. That's just a D6, and...
Can I stick him in the leg with an EpiPen?
Does that work for that?
You don't know.
Lizzie just told me.
I did tell him while you were eating the donut.
Yes, Taylor's going to be mad if you EpiPen him when you know he's just going to have an upset stomach. He already has the twirls. What does it matter if he has worse ones?
Fine, never mind.
I would like the audience that's watching this whole thing to roll some sort of check to keep from hurling as I'm just gorging myself one right after another. Very disturbing to watch.
Hazard pay for the animators when this becomes an anime.
He looks like a snake.
Yes.
All right, so Max, there's actually this cool thing you roll. You're trying to sway or command the audience to react. That's how this would work, because I'm not supposed to roll dice. The roll-off is to make these challenges
Oh, that's
more
true,
fair.
that's true.
So you can roll command to try and evoke the disgusted feeling in them.
Okay, can I take a stress as well?
You can.
Priorities.
Guys, we haven't even picked up our job yet.
I got a 5 and a 6.
Everyone is dry heaving and turns away. At this point, you are going to take consequences. Now, I'm going to tell you the consequence. You do have the option to roll to resist and take stress instead. You're going to have mild food poisoning, which is going to give you... It's going to be a first level harm, and it's going to give you -1D on all checks until you get it fixed. Or you can roll to resist and just take a bunch of stress.
So as I'm gulping down the last of the Long Johns, you can see my face is down and I've just been gorging myself one right after another. And as my face looks up, it's puffed out in different ways, purple and splotchy. One eye is completely shut tight. He's like,
These are the best donuts I think I've ever had. I am a Shoichi.
Lizzie leans over to the doctor and says, give him like 20 minutes and then you can give him the EpiPen. I just want him to suffer a little bit. I don't want him to die.
You mean Swift?
Lizzie, yeah, I meant to say Swift, yeah. I meant to say Swift talks to either Lizzie or the doctor. I conflated the two. Yeah, Swift leans over to Lizzie and the doctor and goes, Yeah, you can give him like 15 minutes to suffer, and then you can give him the EpiPen. That's fine.
If I see him start to stop breathing, I'm going to have to. I have an oath, like the hypocrisy oath, I think it's called.
Doctor, I've met this man before. I want you to level with me. Does he habitually just stop breathing for 30 seconds at a time, and you are using that as an excuse?
No.
This is so good. Oh, finally a decent meal.
Once his throat is as swollen up as mine was, you can EpiPen him.
Okay.
And about now it's that swollen, so you can go ahead and do it.
I just walk up to him and just right in the leg, just... It's like the scene in Pulp Fiction where he does the hypodermic to the chest, except...
Did you get the right leg, though?
I did.
It goes into the prosthetic leg.
Oh, God damn it, not again.
Like, Max actually randomly switches the prosthetic so you never know which one it is, and that doesn't make any sense, but somehow he does it. Because he's a cartoon character we just established.
Like an action figure, his hips just swivel all the way around.
In every episode of the animation, It's different.
Front butt.
It's all canon.
Yeah, somehow he's always a different animation style.
If it's done by the Korean studio or the US studio.
Anyway, so at that point, Dijonay French walks in and is like, something was telling me there's going to be a medical... Oh my god, that man looks like he was stung by 100 bees.
No, just a bunch of fish.
No, he just ate 100 anchovies.
I win.
Yes, you acquire a paltry amount of spending money from Toby Keith, who definitely lost that contest on purpose so you eat all the donuts. Pleasure doing business with you, Swifty, and he tips his hat and walks out.
I walk over to Max and I'll be like, are you gonna slash any more of my friends or stab them?
I'm going to slip into a food coma for a little bit. Nighty-night.
Sterling, just keep his head propped up so that way his throat doesn't close.
I put him in the recovery position, and then I go back to my dark ale and pout.
The EpiPen is good for reducing the swelling, but here, have some of this. This is Dijonay French's proprietary, genuine miracle tonic. And just have a swig of this, basically Benadryl, but in a drinkable format. As opposed to the chewables or the tablets.
I am a man of my word. And, Swift Taylor, I made a promise to you when we were on the train. And so here I am to make things right. We have a job to finish. We have to head out down to the lake to do some investigation and to gather some supplies. But before we leave here, I'd like to know, is there anything that we can do for you to make things better? And maybe in exchange for a little bit of peanut oil.
Oh, you don't need to worry about the peanut oil, hon. Hot Topic has a deal with us. We just needed someone to deliver it because we don't have your fancy cars, and it's hard to put those barrels on a horse.
Put as much of it in my hot dog as you'd like. I didn't just say that.
The tavern here, they have a couple drums of that peanut oil out back, so we'll have it loaded up in your car. It'll be good to go in the morning.
Just go put it right between the buns. I did it again. God damn it. Okay. What? Thank you.
I want you to go ahead and roll sway really quick. I'll give you a -1 die.
Okay, so I'm down to 1 die. That's fine. Still a 6.
Hun, if you want to preposition me, you shouldn't be doing it in front of your friends, but yeah, you're cute, okay.
No, I'm no. I'm not trying to preposition you. I'm trying to, I am trying to proposition you for work. What we do. We're workers.
Just for clarification, I would have done the thing I was talking about for free. It sounds like you're talking about a different job, just in case there's any confusion.
I'm talking about a different kind of job than the one that you were talking about, yes. I'm only interested in the kind of job where I receive payment for that still doesn't make sense. Why am I continuing to speak when these things don't work? Yes.
Coin payment.
I want work. Thank you, Lizzie.
Long story short, son, who do you want me to shoot or rob, hun?
No, I want to shoot and rob someone for you. Why does this keep sounding like I'm proposing to you?
Swift, I'm his shooter now.
I'm part of the Lauren Taylor gang. The one thing you hired me for is to rob and shoot people. Those are the two things we do.
I understand. I'm trying to do you a favor because you quite graciously made an agreement with me, and then one of my cohorts broke said agreement. And so I'm a man of my word, and when I get down on my knee... God damn it, why do I keep talking? Okay, I thought I was good at this.
Winston, do you need me to take over?
Yes, please, Lizzie, thank you. I don't know why I'm flustered all of a sudden.
pretty much he's wanting to repay, since we screwed up the train job so bad, you, and offering our services to you guys for anything you may need.
Well, actually, now that you speak about it, we do need something. There's Lizzie, you know about the five main Outlander factions in the former American Northwest, yes? Of course you do, because you're one of our factions.
Yes.
There's this big player who got involved and was trying to unify all of us into one thing. The problem is we can't choose the leader. And so this person said, okay, what we'll do is we're going to have a contest. And whoever wins the contest gets to be the leader of all five factions and win this big, they have this big mountain of prizes. Every faction had to put up the 5 most valuable things they had to offer. And Hot Topic had a mess of things, including apparently some rich man's soul.
I'm sorry, did you say old rich man's soul? That's my old rich man's soul.
That's supposed to come back to us after we get the peanut oil back to them.
So it's complicated, because basically what happened was this lady, her name is Granny Smith. She came in to do the mediating, and basically she said, okay, I'm going to go through and find your 5 most valuable things. And they agreed, and they were like, oh wait, that's not our, and they should already taken it because they had already agreed to do it, and you don't back out of a deal with Granny Smith.
Who is the strange person who is setting up this contest?
Miss Granny Smith. You might know her. She's she is the mother side of the Mr. and Mrs. Fields family, the famous family.
Nathan's.
Did you say the famous family?
Yes.
Dijonay?
Yeah, Dijonay also is like, yeah, I didn't know about this.
And you didn't tell me that Nathan was involved?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know about this whole thing. Like, I'm the doctor. I don't deal with politics.
I'm gonna go to the mayor's office.
I think we need to go talk to Ma and Pa.
Ma, Pa, and the mayor are all having dinner in the tavern right here because it's dinner time.
Then we just go over to the table.
I go to storm out of the bar, and I turn and I look around and I see that. Holy shit, that's convenient. Mayor McCheese, I was looking to speak with you. We need to win that contest for Tightwad. You have my hot dog, sir.
Ah, I see that you,
I didn't mean it that way.
Taylor's like, I didn't get to the part where I told you it was a race. I'm glad you figured that part out on your own.
We really need to get a different vehicle, though.
See, the problem is all we got is horses. We need one of them auto... Oh, no, don't worry. So we made an agreement with the folks from Hot Topic that if we could find a vehicle, they'd help spruce it up a little bit. They want a fair competition. They didn't want us racing with a horse against their high-powered octane vehicles. So when you deliver this peanut oil, just mention to them, hey, our car is going to be the car racing for Tightwad, and they will give you some high-octane modifications.
Oh.
Disney's like, I can also help with that. And she's like, give me the night. I'll drop some schematics for Hot Topic to work on your car.
I have something to say to Spencer Grift. Don't worry.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Faith Queenie Long as Lizzie Calhoun, and Mel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dami Widener is our editor. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrocknetwork, starting at just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord, you can come play games with us, we'll even send you network swag at the end of the year. You can visit our sponsor, Evil Hat Games, and use code BARDROCK10 to buy cool games like Blades in the Dark, and let them know we sent you. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, word of mouth, or rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friends.
Nathan, famous Nathan, I'm begging to you, please don't hurt those ghosts. Nathan, famous Nathan, oh, you're the asshole that I hate the most. You've done nothing on your own except receive a giant loan from your more successful mom and dad. I'm curious what they would do if they only understood the truth of how you soiled the family name, Nathan. Your medical degree's a joke and you're a quack, says every folk who's ever been entrusted to your care. I don't believe you even know your dumbass from your own elbow, and soon all of this town will be aware. Nathan, Nathan, famous Nathan, your medicines are all grain alcohol. Nathan, Nathan, famous Nathan, I'll be the architect of your downfall. My pledge to you and paradise is that I'll spend my days and nights until the name of Nathan is no more. You may be famous here today, but soon enough I'll have my way and we'll all forget that you were ever born. Nathan, Nathan, famous Nathan, I have your contract and your grandpa's soul. Nathan, Nathan, famous Nathan, your destruction is my only goal.